All right.
Now,
hang your head in shame. What?
I'm going to take one of the happy pies out of my backpack.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's what I needed. Give me that.
I'll give him one. I'll take another one out.
Loopy stuff.
And we're going to walk to the part of the... There you go.
Right. When you open your happy pie to get to the gloopy marshmallow, we go into standard combat as somebody ambushes Suede.
Aha! Found him.
Mildred, we talked about this. You're supposed to help me when I get ambushed. And
nothing's approved as he takes you by surprise, and he goes at a bonus. Somebody jumps on Suede's back, and he screams, "I'm the happy pie guy. I'm the only one allowed to have a happy pie. Get on up out of here with my happy pies."
Is it a kid's voice?
Yeah, it's him.
I've been looking for you. I hold another one out. There's more where this came from.
All right. Yeah.
I spin around wildly.
No problem. He manages to give me a fast talk roll to lure him off of beating up Suede in order to get the happy pie you're offering him, rather than beating up Suede, taking his happy pie, and then trying to get your happy pie. Guys, you don't know if Suede can take that.
A quarter.
All right. Yeah, no problem. You lure him away from Suede, and he looks around really confused because you guys are in a nice part of town where the Helton is, and he's like, "Why does that happen?" He looks like, "What the fuck is going on?" He really looks shocked, dejected, and then he eats the happy pie. It doesn't appear to bring him any joy.
Why do you seem so shocked?
Mildred, come here.
I was sitting around talking to people, and all of a sudden I'm here, and they had to jump on his back, and I don't know what happened.
Interesting.
No, it isn't. It's bad.
Who were you talking to before you arrived here?
Who the fuck are you?
Oh, I'm wrestling, mate.
He rolls his streetwise. Wrestling Rod, the owner of the Golden Waddle?
That's right.
God damn it, he says. Our manager. What do you want from me?
I want you to work with me.
You mean
and I will supply you with these. I pull out another happy pie.
I don't even like these.
You don't even like them?
No.
What do you like?
I like having my fucking problems solved. I've got all kinds of fucking issues going on.
Tell me what you want.
Can we go somewhere, less rich?
Let us walk and talk. Come on, blocks. I motion to Mildred and Jack.
All right. You guys are heading out of Lambourne Hall area, which is really upscale. There's no tram between here and the downtown center. There are heavy guards, and they all look really narrowly at this kid who's...
I'll get us a couple of handsome cabs. So me and the kid will sit in one, and Suede and Mildred can follow in the other.
No problem.
I'll pay some silver to both of the handsome cabs.
Great. Where would you like to go to? Do you have any? The kid has a place. He goes, let's go to the Arts District. So essentially, it's 2 districts away. You go through the downtown center and then the Arts District. The downtown center has got like various tram stops, big town square, shifty-looking alleys and streets. Houses of negotiable affection. There's a lot of brothels in the downtown area. The Arts District, though, is kind of a cool, quirky, interesting buildings and stuff like that. Mildred actually spent some time in the Arts District here at one point.
Yeah, I think me and Mildred hit out in the theater once. Was that
the Fire Theater? Yeah, good point. Take card for memory. No problem. He seems to like hanging out in the Arts District. He says, "Okay, you want my problems? Do you want my name? You want a name?"
Yes. What's your name?
Higgins.
Higgins.
Yeah. Okay, here's all my problems. My gang leader, Hickenbottom, he's starting to talk some dangerous types. I don't know who they are, but I know what they're after, and they just seem really super dangerous. And I'm thinking that he's getting involved with some really dangerous people, and that's going to cause all the kids I'm with to get themselves killed. He's looking for some guy named Joshua McKay. The hard types are the ones looking for him.
Why are they looking for him, did they say?
I didn't ask. I just overheard the name when I was spying on the gang leader. I figure I can tell you these things because you got a pretty good reputation in the city. You're one of those here and gone type people, but you've got a business and stuff here. And plus, if you cross me on it, I'll burn your place to the ground.
That's the spirit. And Hickenbottom, what's his deal?
He's the gang leader. He's about 17 though, so that's another problem. Is that gang's trying to recruit him, called the Jesters. They run the ultra violence protection racket out of the Copernic Green area. You familiar with that?
Sounds familiar.
Oh, you'd like that, Ralph. On top of that, another problem I've got is Mr. Hammerly. You know who he is?
Mr. Hammerly? No.
He's the truant officer. He's trying to get me into school. And if I get into school, then I'm going to owe them money, which means that as soon as I graduate from school, I get drafted.
Okay.
Military. Plus, on top of that, the gang and I are still living in East Side, which is, as you guys know, it's a super dangerous area. That's where Copernic Green is. And for reasons I don't understand, I sometimes, like whenever somebody brings out one of these fucking happy pie things, I end up next to it and I have to beat the shit out of them, and I don't know why. Fortunately, you're the only one who does that. I don't know where you get them from, but I wish you'd stop it.
What, so your gang leader, Hickenbottom, is talking to...
I know the way you people work. Especially her. I heard about her. I don't want him dead. He's been good to me in the past, but now he's getting into some bad shit. And plus, if I'm going to work for you, I want to work for somebody who has some fucking style. I've heard you do, but I don't know if it's true.
So what else do you want besides Hickenbottom being maybe getting these jester blokes to leave him alone?
Oh no, if he gets into Jesters, then it will eventually suck in the rest of the gang into Jesters. Jesters themselves got to be dealt with, but they're dangerous as shit. But I think that you guys
where are the Jesters located?
They hang out near Copernic Green in the East Side district.
And how many of them are there?
10, 20 of them.
How old are they?
17, 18, 19. Any of them that aren't kind of fucked up after that usually get drafted into the military, and they're getting sent over to the new front to attack that place that's to the west. It's San Bernardino, San
Francisco.
Yeah, that might be it.
What do the Jesters like? Do they have something that they really covet or enjoy?
And violence. He knows what I'm talking about. Oh no, they if you don't pay protection, then you get beaten up so bad that you may or may not be able to walk again. You can tell because they all dressed in the jester hat things.
Yellow and red?
All kinds of different colors. And with some of them have bells.
Well, I have them describe some of the outfits. Does it sound like that yellow and red Harlequin guy?
No, it just sounds like a bunch of punks wearing jester's caps and going around beating up people.
Okay. Now, if you
at night.
Ideally, what would you like to see happen with Hickenbottom? Is he looking to go off and join the military? You want to take over the gang?
I wouldn't mind taking over the gang because I like these guys and I want to keep them safe. But Hickenbottom, I don't know. I want something done that's not going to get him killed. If he gets in the military, he's going to get killed because, everybody gets killed or they come back missing parts, big parts, important parts.
It sounds like you have an affinity for Hickenbottom. He's a good man.
No, he was a good man. And because he helped me out when I was really young, I don't think he should be killed.
Okay.
Logan, if I could chime in for 1 second. Our cab might be veering off here. So can I talk to Mildred for a second? Like while your conversation was going on, I want to talk to Mildred, just in case it changes the scenario.
Okay.
For Raslan. Mildred.
Yeah.
You think we should release the Joker or just tease the Joker?
I'm really conflicted about it. Like, I really like him, so part of me wants to release it.
All right. What do you say we give him a fighting chance? Do you have a bobby pin or something he could try to pick the locks with? I know he's manacled, but let's give him a fighting chance. What do you say?
Okay,
yeah?
Let's do it. Yeah.
All right, you got something in there? You got something in your bag?
I looked. I don't think I have
Well, you're from the city, right? You know the city. Can you get some bobby pins or something like that? Let's just add a smile on his face.
Okay, so do I know where I could get something like that? Do you have money, by the way?
Yeah, I got some money. I'll give her my bag of money.
Oh,
Yeah, a whole bag of money.
nice.
You see, alcohol in potentia.
So I probably know where I could get something like
Are
that.
you guys swerving off and going somewhere else?
I think so.
Yeah.
You're down in the front there, wrestling. You don't even notice that they're gone.
Okay.
It just shows you guys are now pulling up, and you're like, God damn it, where'd they go?
I told you I'd be whispering in her ear.
No problem. Mark off 3 silver pieces, and you guys are heading over there. And when you get there, he's mysteriously vanished. The guards are fucking looking around. They got whole 2 squads of men who are searching room to room, door to door. The city is on high alert as they're looking for him. They found the still locked manacles. And yeah, their people are fucking livid.
Wow. See, here's my plan. I'll tell you my plan is we just tell the driver, just keep going. Nothing to see here.
Yeah.
No, I was going to take that white sticky goo, put it on his folded up Jugs centerfold, and then I was going to put the bobby pin on it, stick it on the stick, and put it in his hand. So he would have had a mess to play with, give him something to think about while he's up there. But oh well.
Where are you guys? Where are you 2 heading to then?
You hungry?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you want to go?
Well,
You know the city. Show me around. I think back.
I have no idea where to go. Like, I didn't pay that much attention, but
I never pay attention. It's safer that way.
Use the bracelet because I'm sure it took them time to do that.
Your bracelet begins to vibrate. Whoever you're calling.
Head to the theater in the arts district.
All right. I guess we go.
Stop wandering off.
But it's fun to escape the bad day.
Dad is angry.
Gave Jason a card for the keep the party together thing. Nice. All right. So you guys eventually arrive.
Immediately. That's what I get for.
Oh, what you get?
Gods despise you. Discard all of your cards. Do not refill your hand.
Dad is super angry now.
Let's see your angry face.
Oh!
Nice. That'll become somebody's fucking screensaver at some point. Man, if somebody's like a super fan, I can't even imagine the kind of fucking sound clips that they'd have from these games. Shocking. So, by the time you guys get there, mark off 5 silver, Jay. You guys are having some food because this guy doesn't eat enough. So you're feeding him up while you're
So while I'm feeding him, I ask him, so let's say we can deal with the jesters. We will find a a way for Hickenbottom to have a happy ever after.
Hey, it looks
And since the east side is so dangerous, what if I was able to get you east side?
he nods. You're saying it like a native.
What if I was able to get you and your blokes in a nice, safe place where you could all stay together, have your bellies full every day, nice and warm. You don't have to sleep out in the rain and the cold.
He looks at the art district that you're in and goes, yeah, living somewhere nice. Yeah, mister. Yeah, what do you want from us?
Well, I want you to be my eyes and ears in Gothic. I
Well-
want you to keep an eye on the comings and goings, and
We can in some place. Well, okay. In order to see there's still problems though, because even if you get his place, and even if Hickenbottom gets his happily ever after thing, which sounds like one of the things I heard about from the In and Out. The problem is that unless we're getting like private tutoring schooling, Mr. Hammerly is going to get us into the school, and then the military will get us. So if you got like a teacher and stuff, like licensed by the city teacher and shit, then they can come teach us and stuff. Yeah, we're your guys. The only problem is we can only go into certain districts of the city, because if we try to get into some of the heavily guarded places and stuff, the nice places, he looks at his clothes and he goes, they'll beat the shit out of us. Maybe stick us in a gibbet or put us in the military, depending on how old we are. Can't be dressed like this, and got to have fancy clothes and stuff, and clothes are too expensive to buy. Right. Although sometimes when people are doing laundry, it's like shopping.
Right. Now, that place, Logan, that you had told us about before, that used to be like a magic place, and there was a for sale sign out front. How big of a place was that?
That place, that's in a whole different district there. That place is, you're talking about the Ye Old Magic Shoppy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a small like retail shop?
Yeah, that's over in Rittenhouse Row, which is in the same district as the Golden Wattle is. That's a pretty average type district. That'd be about the maximum these street urchins could go without getting chased by the cops. Even then, they might get chased by the cops.
We got plans for that for later. So we just got to keep them safe for a short period of time.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, if you wanted to try to rent that place for a short time or something, or like a season or something, but yeah.
No, I mean, basically, so how many kids are in his gang?
Well, I'm going to give you because there's a lot of hemming and hawing and unnecessary shit, but essentially, there's usually about 10, but sometimes it balloons up to 20. And some of the people like have homes and families, but then they'll come hang out with the gang. So essentially,
like how many are like street kids?
Minimum of 10, but sometimes kids come and go also. So essentially, you would like if you wanted to.
I want to set up an orphanage for them. So they'll be taken care of, but they'll still sort of have their autonomy. They're not necessarily.
By orphanage, you mean having like people who run it and stuff like that?
Yeah.
What about that? Their leader. Maybe you could get him some papers.
Well, he's almost old enough to be like a legal guardian.
He's definitely a dick, and he's in with some bad people, and he might be doing some stuff.
Gotcha. So my idea was set up an orphanage for them. They can be schooled on site.
Okay.
And, they're clever kids. They'll still have their autonomy and not be broken apart.
He doesn't like the idea of having somebody in charge of him. I don't know if they'll go for that.
Well, we have to think of a good way to keep these local government types from cracking down on you, right? Because, they're always looking out for you. The truancy officers trying to snatch you up and get you in school. If we can get you into a place where you can be educated outside of the regular schools.
It would look like an orphanage, but it really wouldn't be. It'd be a lot looser than that. No strict rules. Okay.
Yeah, you pick out one of the town drunks that you have a good relationship with. I'll get him his papers so he can be the legal guardian.
Can you do better than a town drunk?
How about you tell me who you have in mind?
What about one of the parents? There's wartime. Is there like a widow of one of the kids that hangs out with you guys?
That's some good thinking there. He'll look into it. Give me an appraisal roll to figure out about how much this shit's going to cost you there, Russ, because that's.
Can I try to support him?
Sure.
Take out some territory here?
Uh-huh.
I have no clue. I don't even know what city I'm in.
That's fair. Right. According to Wrestling Rad, especially if it's like a licensed orphanage and stuff, because they don't give a shit about kids from a certain age until military service. But essentially, you're looking at roughly 43 golds a season, including rent, food, paying the kids for getting some, and not paying them well, like bits and stuff here and there, and that getting them off, paying them enough to getting them off the stealing and shit, so you don't have to continually go get them out of jail or the military or wherever. But on the other hand, he's like, if we get some, and that includes food, supplies, clothing, stuff like that.
Yeah, my thinking is they'll get access to some nice clothes that'll give them the ability to travel to other parts of town without getting scooped up right away.
Here's the other thing, Rad. What we can do is we need to open up some kind of business here. Just listen to me. That manufactures something to support the war effort that these kids could be employed at. So they're more valuable here in their technical roles that they're being trained for, so they don't get shipped off to the war.
The kid looks really impressed. He's like, I thought you were just a dumb bodyguard, mister.
He has his moments.
I'll tell you what. I see you eating our fucking Happy Pie, I'm going to beat the shit out of you again. He goes, yeah. I don't know why.
I've got a gold on the kid.
I don't know why. It makes no sense. What? I don't care. I don't even like him.
Can you read?
To
like books with pictures.
Books with pictures are good.
Hey, here you go. Here's a copy of Jugs, buddy.
Oh, thanks. I'll learn to read. You give him something that highly motivates him to. He says, "Are the words as good as the pictures?"
No.
All right. Well, his desire to read goes back down. Anyway, so what a thing to start your reading career with. So, he's like, yeah, thanks.
So I also bring, Suede and Mildred up to speed on the deal with the Jesters, and they're looking for Joshua McKay. So here's my thinking: is what if we get Colonel Dos Equis to send in some of his blokes to round up the Jester gang, send them out to the front line?
They're pretty minor things. When they find them, they do catch them and stuff. But I mean, if you're willing to burn a favor with the colonel for that,
were they looking for McKay or were they looking for Kinley?
Yeah, Jesters are trying to get hold of McKay.
No, says the kid. They don't even know he exists.
You said they were trying to recruit Hickenbottom.
That's right.
So that they could locate McKay.
No, he says, no, that's some different people. They're really, really scary people.
The dangerous people are different than the Jesters.
Yeah, well, the Jesters are dangerous, but they're just kind of street thugs, The dangerous people, they're super dangerous, and I think that they might be like magic. Don't know.
Don't you think this is something to farm out there, Raslin?
Don't know yet. That's
Don't
Yeah.
trying to think it through.
If you can't, if a group of 3 PCs can't handle 10 to 20, 17, 18-year-olds, then they definitely deserve some fucking beating for that.
Or one Mildred. Mm-hmm.
If she was cautious and did it evil and sneaky and shit, then yeah, she probably do. But she's more of a ambush predator type thing.
So I'm thinking maybe we give a little money to Hickenbottom, convince him to leave town and start somewhere new, just so we don't have to kill him.
I don't think money's gonna do it, Mister.
I'm curious about like their motives, because that's if they are just like, because there is some reason why they want Joshua, and if we just send the people away, there may be other people who want the same thing. So I think it's important to know why they want it before we figure out what to do about it.
Right. So I see tier 1 being the kids, right? So we can just get them established, or you could start that work, Rosalind.
Mister, do we have an orphanage in the art district?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
He says he really likes this district.
Or tier 2, we can consider the jesters. In tier 3, it could be the bad people.
There is a problem also, guys.
Yeah.
He says, well, that there's already another orphanage here in this town, right?
Oh no, this would be like the orphanage wars.
Yeah, it's Hold on, I'm looking for it real quick. Oh, by the way, the Great Yandoon's place is in the East Side, just so you're aware. For you guys, the East Side is not that fucking dangerous. He says the orphanage is in the Springham district. It's called the Minimum Security Orphanarium.
Here you go, kid. I hand him that book of matches I took away from Freddie before.
Yeah, thanks, mister.
Which part of town did you say it was in?
Springham district, right next to the East Side.
The Minimum Security Orphanarium.
The look on Jason's face, yeah, it's really there.
So who runs that place?
That's run by some horrible people, mister. Government. He looks around. No theme music, he says. Hunches his shoulders. But yeah, there's apparently a lot of different plots you could send people off on with just this kid.
So what do you like about the art district?
It's just kind of the buildings and like the way that they paint the buildings and stuff. I mean, they're not rich here or anything. They're poor, but they pick up their trash and shit. And I mean, they don't really poop in the streets and stuff the way they do in the East Side.
See, I studied architecture. I'll start telling them about blah, blah, blah.
Give me an architecture roll. If you fail it, I'm going to try rolling his 20%. And if he makes it, he will.
How about a critical?
He's like, hey, mister, you didn't tell me you're an architect.
I didn't tell you I was a bodyguard either.
Everybody's sitting there just listening to him waxing poetic and shit, and the kid's just entranced by the depth of knowledge that Swade has for a city I don't even know if he's climatized to.
I don't even know where I am.
Yeah. Swade apparently has a massive amount of architectural knowledge. You're thinking at some point he even has enough architectural knowledge that you could get a handkerchief, tie knots in each of the corners, put it on his head, and then he could do the architect sketch. Everybody knows this?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It'll be in your Facebook inbox and shit.
See, and why I know all this is how I would be breaking into these buildings. You would climb up that and skittle over there, and
so you guys want to go stake out the jesters a little bit and see who these dangerous see if the dangerous people come to talk to them, and then we can follow those blokes and see why they want McKay.
Oh, just so you know, the Joker escaped. Or died,
Oh.
I should say. He died.
Yes, he died.
Hey, mister, I don't know if I would try staking out the Jokers if I was you, because, you know, you guys don't really fit into the East Side. I mean, you guys stick out. That's why people leave you alone there, because you guys look pretty fucking rough, especially her. Well, she looks like she just enjoy the pain and stuff, you know, the doing things. He looks at her, bad things.
Architecture. Maybe we could go with this here. Just hear me out. For this orphanage,
I want to become an architect now, says the kid.
I mean, do they? I'm asking the kid this because I don't know. They don't rebuild? Why don't they rebuild after the wars?
Well, because you can still use the buildings and stuff, and so they just repurpose them.
And who designs the repurposing of the buildings?
Nobody.
Architects. That's why they need them.
Okay. He looks confused by this.
Maybe if we repurpose some of these buildings, government structures, things like that. I'm trying to come up with a useful skill that you're not going to get shipped off to war with.
Oh.
Let's send the architects to the front lines. I mean, do you ever hear that one?
No.
Right.
Oh.
Architects build buildings, weapons of mass destruction. There's all kinds of things you can do with this.
Oh, okay.
Engineering, we'll work on it.
Let's see, there's a stained glass sellers building that I think is closed down. Maybe we could reopen that and have them design stained glass for repurposing the buildings.
Huh?
But let's see, looking through the map to see what would be good for the war effort. Something to do with the tailoring, you know, mending uniforms.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you guys will figure out something. He says with the confidence given to children who are seeing the way out of poverty followed by death. Closely followed by death. He says, yeah. I mean, well, okay, I don't know if it'll help, but one of the big things that's happened is like the Chris, they stopped like making them and stuff because they're not working so good, and the Chris are now getting sold a lot cheaper. But I think that once the merchants get sold out of them, since the magic's leaving and stuff, they're not going to restock and stuff. So the whole Chris market's going down really fast. But the military now is switching to crossbows and stuff. So maybe if we had like a crossbow making place or something, because they need and swords and stuff. I mean, they used to just carry Chris pistols, but now they need like old timey stuff. Don't know if that helps, but that, you know, we know lots of stuff. I mean, as far as also where the jesters are and stuff, yeah, if you give me somebody sneaky enough, I can get them up to and point out where their thing is, and then I'll get the fuck out of there if they're going to go in there and do stuff. But if you're just sending in the colonel's troops, they may or may not get them. I don't know. Things happen.
What do you guys think? You want to go deal with the jesters?
Quick Logan note, that's a good thing to farm out to some violent people if you wanted to. Because you're the brains. Don't go for the brawn.
Yeah, I don't. That's why I was leaning towards sending the soldiers in.
10 to 20 people or so, whatever he said. You know, they just have to go in and sneak and kill. So,
yeah.
Now, do we want to try to find out who the dangerous people are? I'm assuming it has something to do with the Harlequin trying to track down McKay to get the overthruster, which I think they've already They realize now that they have it.
Mm.
Yeah.
We'll see what they do with it.
The kid rolls to see if he knows some or stuff, and he goes, "You know, I'd heard that there was some guy who, back when Chris was working, he used some of the glasses, you know, magic see all glasses and shit, and he was looking around at something else, and he saw those guys, and he left town. So I don't know if that helps you or not, but I mean,
When he saw which guys?
the really dangerous
The
guys,
dangerous people?
really dangerous guys.
So the dangerous guys, it was multiple or just one?
3.
Do you know what they looked like?
Yeah, nasty, strong dudes, kind of big, bulky, strong guys. They live over in the downtown district in one of the rundown homes and stuff there. Yeah, but they only time that they normally go out is at night. They don't go out during the daytime at all. Yeah.
You guys want to try to find out more about them?
Yeah.
I hope you. I'd rather not have you do that, Mister, because it sounds like we may make a great thing, and I don't want you guys to go die.
Yeah, me neither.
Good. Then let's just hang out here and talk more about this bright, shiny future,
So why don't you focus on that there, Raslin? Why don't you start getting the paperwork started?
So,
His face falling. I don't like signing forms. They're always making me go to the military. I don't know what they're saying.
all right. So I was under the impression that he wasn't going to cooperate with us unless we dealt with the jesters first.
Oh no, you get all this stuff going and stuff, but I mean, I'm telling you that the jesters are part of the problem that's going to do the Higginbottom thing, because he's going to get in there, and even if you send him off to his happily ever something, then they're still messing up the East Side people. I mean, they're poor people, but they work hard and stuff. And if they don't pay their money to adjusters, then they just get beaten the shit out of. I mean, it's not much that they pay, but they don't have much to start with.
Also, the jesters are actually demanding protection money from all the businesses and stuff there.
Oh yeah, mister.
That's where the Great Yondoon is.
Oh yeah, mister.
Yeah,
He's
we
a
definitely
crazy guy with the weird hair.
Yeah, we definitely got to deal with them.
Yeah, but Rad, these are going to also take some time to find the building, to get the paperwork started, to get the bureaucracy going. In the meantime, this could be farmed out.
Yeah.
Plus, if you attack from one side, they got all kinds of escape holes and stuff. If they hear you coming or something like that, then they'll just take off. That's why the guards haven't been able to get them in the past. Plus, on top of all this, there's some crazy guy with green hair who's going around and sometimes he's killing people and stuff. And I don't know what is up with him.
It's really cool, I know.
Yeah, but I know stuff. I'll make it worth your while, mister. And plus, anytime you want to know something in the city, we can find out.
Okay. So I think that's all for now then.
Okay. When you want to find me, I live in the East Side or the Springham district.
Or you just give me a happy pie.
He just.
I know how to find you.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Good night.
Take care of yourself, Higgins.
It'd be a lot easier if I had some money to feed me and my guys.
How much you need?
Oh, geez, I would like a big gold-plated horse.
Huh.
Me too.
He looks at the camera like, is that the best I came up with? Really?
I'll give him a couple gold.
Jesus, mister. Thanks. Yeah.
That should get your bellies full for a while.
Okay. He looks at the R2. He goes, either of you got change? Like something smaller?
I give him my bag of like 80 silver and a gold.
He gives you the 2 gold pieces.
Nah.
Oh, Thanks, mister. He scurries off before Mildred decides to take it away. He seems scared of her for some reason. You're thinking that kid has good survival instincts.
Either of you by chance have a card that gives cards to an NPC?
No.
But I have dissemination. So if I give you 2 cards, I can refill my hand and see if I did it.
Yeah, I've got.
Or if you can get that kid a hero point rated, but he needs to be in at least 2 different adventures.
Right.
Hero point rate, little punk. But in the meantime, he escapes with more money than he's ever seen in one place at one time. And goes off and gets run over by a horse. Motherfucker. It shows this gold-plated horse just.
You rang.
Right.
An idea. If I could just throw this out there, and it's more of a question for Logan out of game, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible to send 2 different teams on the same mission? But hear me out. Team A goes for the Jester Stronghold front door, and Team B next following week goes for the back door to pick up the stragglers. No?
No, but you could send both after them, and like one clears out some of them, and the rest tries to clear out whatever's left.
Yeah, that's basically what I was getting at. Yeah, like, but since we know they got back tunnels and stuff to.
Well, figure out what you want to do for your last half hour of evil planning and shit, because as you've seen, I fucking prepped this little bitch you said you were going to go after, and here's this whole world of problems, and up to you to figure out solutions. And he's liking what you got for the solutions, and he's starting to take you more seriously since he's got 4 gold and a couple of silver out of it for doing pretty much very little.
So I guess
unfortunately, he also forgot to tell you where the super dangerous people are. Because as soon as he got his money, he was like,
I think he said the downtown center.
In an old abandoned house of some kind. I'm sure there's only one of those.
Mm-hmm.
We can summon him if necessary.
Yes, you can, which is a really evil thing to do. He doesn't know why the fuck it works like that. But it does make him in a way more useful.
So what we'll start doing is locating a property that can be used as an orphanage.
Kid makes his memory roll on that. God damn, this kid is on fire. He comes back and he gives very detailed, from a distance, just in case somebody wants to lunge at him and get the gold. He gives very detailed instructions as to exactly which house it is that has the super bad guys in. But he will only give you that information if Rasslin Rad promises that he personally doesn't go because he doesn't want him to get killed. Or the architect guy. If she wants to go, that's on her.
All right.
Okay.
You got a deal.
After you make promises and stuff. And then he goes back to his scurrying off and trying to avoid giant gold-plated horses that are going to run him over.
You want to play that dissemination? I could take a couple cards and then you could cycle some cards yourself.
Yeah.
And he returns to East Side.
What about purchasing a school?
Yeah, there is a school in that Springham district. The kind of school with kids wanting to escape, the map says.
The map has actually got some details in it.
Why don't we go check it out and see why they want to escape?
It's the kind of place where you have the headmaster yelling at him, "If you don't eat your meat, you can't have any pudding."
Mm-hmm.
And then he tosses him into a meat grinder.
Yep. But yeah, figure out what you'd like to do for your last half hour of high-level play.
Let's see. So we're going to scout out some locations. and we could go take a look at the school, just see what kind of impression it gives us from the outside.
My, what a lot of bars they have on the windows. That's your first impression. There it gets worse. It's like Yana has personally seen a lot of the old USSR building stuff. Just imagine the more depressing of those, and then add a layer of grime to it.
Schools actually often look like prisons, even in real life.
Yeah. This school is the kind that has its own whipping post. So it's not. I mean, it's the kind of place where you send your children if you don't want any children. It's a form of abortion that kicks in years after the actual baby has been born. But the ones that survive make good soldiers, maybe, or psychopaths, or perhaps they may be driven so insane that they become dangerous sociopaths and work in Trump's cabinet.
So let's see. We got. Okay, so oops.
I gave you the card.
Oh yeah, let me accept the trade here. Oh, nice cards.
Yep.
So that was Replenish and Clogging Greed. We'll hold on to those.
Replenish is a nice card, yes.
Yep.
So yeah, the school is pretty much a nightmare type school.
Do we really care though?
I mean, what was that, Yana?
Do we really care though? Like, if
you don't, he might. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's probably not the kind of place we would buy. It's probably run by the state, and it would just.
Yeah.
It's the kind of place you'd be happy to demolish, but yeah.
So one thing I had told you, Logan, was I was going to also establish an attorney here. I think last time I was here, I wasn't able to.
Yes. Now about that,
mm-hmm.
The attorneys here are you can get one, but they are more sparse because the government had a lot of them killed when they took over, because that's the best and fastest way to keep people from being angry at the government is you kill the attorneys, and that teaches the rest of them. So let me find how upscale of attorney do you want? Do you want like normal attorney, or do you want something with some pizzazz, or?
Yeah, something with some pizzazz. Somebody who definitely seems to know what he's doing, knows how to survive. I guess if they're alive, they know how to survive.
No problem. Over in Viceroy Avenue, you find the Attorney Office of Bedford and Wise.
And with my what part of town did you say they were in?
Viceroy Avenue. It's off of the downtown center. It's to the west of that. Just one jump.
Okay. And do I know anything about them with my streetwise?
Give me a streetwise at half, because they're not totally criminals, but they are attorneys, so I'll give you a roll. Now,
not at half.
You've heard of them, expensive attorneys.
And let's see. Do I know of any criminal attorneys?
I think here their law system is basic enough that attorneys are attorneys, so they cover whatever, because this is a military dictatorship. So pretty much as long as the military is okay with it, then, you know.
Okay. So I will go to, you said Bedford and Wise.
That's right.
And I'm going to talk to them about my idea of giving back to the community and what kind of bureaucracy and things like that need to be taken care of to get all the proper licensing. And I have someone in mind that'll be the headmaster.
Oh, for a school, a full school. Would it be a private, people pay to go here type school?
Well, I'm thinking like an orphanage, but having the licensing to have the kids taught on site.
Well, that wouldn't be a problem. However, I must caution you that orphanages are generally, they don't make money. If you wanted to, well, you're just talking for people under the age of 18 and then to the
Well, like I said, this is my way of giving back to the community.
I see. Okay. Yes, I can definitely see wanting to do that. He says, computing his fee. Right. He will be happy to work on the licensing. Do you have property already?
I've got some places in mind, but it hasn't been finalized.
All right. Well, he can begin to work on the licensing and whatnot. The fee. Oh, by the way, just so you guys know, you can buy slaves in the zone, but they are freakishly expensive for reasons. He says, human-sized cage, 200 silvers. Yeah. Right. He's going to need 500 500 silvers to get him started on the paperwork. And plus, he'll use some of that money for any incidental fees. And when you come back, he may need some more money. And yeah, actually, let me see if he can figure out how much all this stuff's going to cost. No, 500 silver now, half tomorrow, half night when it's done.
All right, so it comes out to about 8 gold. I'll give him 5 gold to get started.
So are you giving? No, he wants 500 silver to get him started now, and then later it may be more. It'll be less than 500 silver to finish. He's pretty confident of that.
Right, and yeah. So how many silver and a gold?
70.
Yeah.
Or
so
just
500 silver divided
take
by
10 gold now, and that'll give him more latitude with the paperwork.
All right, so 500 divided by 70, that's a little over 7 gold.
So 8 gold now, 8 gold later, 8 gold next week. Or probably it'll be less than 8 gold later. He thinks this should be most of it.
Okay, I'll give him 8 gold.
He rolls to see if he knows who you are. No, he does, no clue. Not everybody's heard of you. You find this completely disappointing.
Okay, let me mark off the gold.
Also, how large of orphanarium and what kind of, school, how large of school is this going to be for? Are we talking one teacher in a classroom, or are we talking a dean, several teachers, faculty?
Because it's going to be a place big enough to house like 30 kids, because I'm anticipating 10 to 20 to start, but give us a little extra room. So I don't see more than 1 or 2 people.
Very few teachers.
Yeah, it's a small place.
Okay. Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. No problem. He's happy to deal with that for you. Yeah, you've got expensive attorneys, so he will have a very good chance of actually pulling this off for you. Either way, he's keeping all the money. So. next time you are gaming, if you come here, then I will do his skill roll so that you can, get the paperwork, licensing, and stuff for these schools. Just remind me next time you're playing when you come here to the city. This beautiful, gritty fucking city based on shattered hopes, dreams, and shit.
Mildred, was there anything you wanted to try to get done today? I know time's kind of getting short.
Yeah, no. Not really.
Did you want to reminisce in the city, visit any?
I actually didn't spend as much time here. Like, we were here quite often, but we didn't really we were usually in and out and going to different places and stuff.
I've got just one other stop I need to make in Hika, but I can go stop there real quick and then have you guys pull me back if you guys want to sit around and talk about life some more while I do that.
Sure.
So we'll go back. Let's go back to the Golden Wattle.
Yeah.
No problem. You guys go into the Golden Wattle, and there's various rich people, and some of them speak with the kind of accents that make you want to punch them in the face. But there's a lot of rich people here.
We'll take a little tour here. We're going to go down to the basement.
Oh.
No problem. In order to get to the basement, I'm assuming that because I haven't really studied the fucking really super complicated blueprints, but I'm assuming that if you're in the rig or bar, you can't go into the basement. You have to go through the PC entrance to go to the basement.
Yeah, you basically have to go out to the garage.
Cool. Yeah, it takes you into the basement. Since it's daytime, everybody's working very hard on stuff. So, yeah.
How is my lecture room going?
That's what I was going to show you. Here's where your interrogation room is.
Nice.
It's not as scary as you would like it. Also, there's no big freezers like before. You had the family-sized freezers and stuff.
This is just the rough construction. The finished construction will come later when we put on the spooky and intimidating finishing touches.
Okay.
Of course, we're going to want to get your input.
Yes.
First decoration. I just go ahead and set the claymore on the shelf here.
We get the psychologist touch. Get those weird spiky things on the walls you see, and that make people on edge.
Yeah.
God damn, that would be nice. Okay.
So here's room A and here's room B. So if you want, you could actually have other Doras in here observing in one room while you do your work in this room. And you can impart your skills onto the others.
Yes, please.
Plus, if you get in the one-way glass and stuff, so you can do that. But which would be expensive to have it transported to the zone. But I'm sure you'll figure that out. But it's a good way to make all the other PCs max out Sandlock. Yeah, that's different. I'm not sure if Mildred's got her shit maxed out. She normally doesn't ask any questions. She just skins them.